Okay, so got a new friend playing SCUM. So we're he's asking lots of questions. So it'll be good to kind of go through this and get a person's first impressions on the game. I think he's only played a little bit in single player, just to kind of get an idea of how the interface works, how the controls work, things like that. So this will be a good introductory video for or stream for anyone getting into SCUM. So right now he's in C1, I'm in D1, so I'm pretty close. Just gonna run his direction and see if we can meet up and get some loot. My guy is gonna be cold. I don't have any clothes on. So are you close to the largest town in C1? Kind of in the middle off to the right?
Okay. Map. How do I tell where the town is?
How do you tell what the towns are?
Yeah.
So there's going to be where the roads kind of come together, and buildings are marked by orange dots. So the more orange dots that are kind of close together indicates
So
a town.
I am to the northeast. I'm on the. So there's a town or a group of where like 3 roads converge.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on the northeastern road.
Okay, close to the little river that ends there.
You're too far to the east. There's no river near me. I'm in the mountains.
You're in the mountains. So are you on the west side of C1?
Yes. So I'm east of the lake.
Okay.
But towards the north, there should be a point where C1. There's three different roads converge.
Yeah. Okay.
Town right there. That the eastern road that comes out of those is I'm on the northern.
Okay. So you're just west of that big town to your northeast.
Yes.
Yeah, because there's a yellow road to your east going north, just southwest of a small river, and it's a big town right there, and you're west of that on that white road.
Yeah. If it's where I think you're talking about, I'm considerably west and north.
Right. Okay. Oh, is there some orange dots in the mountain north of you?
To the west of me, yes.
To the west of you?
Yeah. So you see the big lake.
Yep.
Okay.
Wait. Which big lake are you talking about? The really big lake in C2?
Yeah, if that's in C2.
That's that's a big lake right there. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so C2 is the grid square. Okay, gotcha. So
Yeah.
I'm actually more in D1 then. Sorry.
Oh, you're in D1?
Yes.
Oh, that's where I am. Okay.
I am actually coming to the corner of D1 and C1.
Okay. Okay. I'll start headed that direction then.
Wrong buttons.
There was a boar back there. I kind of want to kill that boar and make a bag. I could do that. Let's maybe do that.
I need small stones. I need big stones.
Yeah, so you're going toward the safe zone, that little green circle. There might be a little bit of loot there. We could probably get some knives. Maybe some pants or something. I cut up my shirt, so I don't have a shirt on, and I'm in the snow.
Found a yellow snowball.
Did you really?
Yeah.
That's gross. I haven't found one of those before. I found all the regular ones. I never dug up a yellow one. I should like make some clothing. I'm gonna freeze to death or something. It's a boar down there. I wanna get that boar. If I could find... There's not very many bushes. Can I cut down this tree over here? Probably not. Nope. I can't. Need to make an axe. There's some bushes. I can make an axe. Then maybe make a bow. Cut this stuff down. Get an axe. Then I can really make some stuff. Once you got an axe, you're in good shape. So I'm just cutting these things down. Gonna make some rope out of the sticks here. So I don't have enough clothing to rip up and make into rope. I'll have to make some tree bark rope out of the sticks. So without much skill, you can make quite a few implements. And with starting out with very little, you can get quite a bit. So you can make bags, knives, axes. You're never without a tool in SCUM, so it's pretty easy to get yourself together and get what you need to get started. So for instance, just making an axe, you can make an axe real easy out in the wild with just rocks and sticks. You don't have to go and find an axe. In town, there's a lot of different kinds of axes and saws, but you don't have to get those because it's really easy just to make your own. So with just a couple of rocks, you make the stone head, couple of bushes, and your stone knife. You can make tree bark rope, and with the axe head, the tree bark rope, and just a stick, you can make an axe. So I'm gonna go ahead and craft an axe. And once you have an axe, you can make a lot of things. It's selected the long wooden stick down here, but you can deselect that and use that for other things. So and select the small stick, deselect the long wooden stick, and then use these three components to craft your axe. So it'll take these three items and make my axe. And the axe I can wear on my back, so I don't have to take up inventory space inside my small improvised courier backpack. Alright, so I got the axe made. I can put that on my back, and I can chop down trees now. I can even put this stick on my back, so if I wanted to take this stick and make additional materials out of it, I can do that. Now I can chop down trees, so I can walk up to these guys, or these guys and chop down. I'm gonna kill a boar real quick and get some food. He's right next to me.
So what do the safe zones do for us?
So right now, the safe zone players cannot kill you. You can't take damage from players inside of a safe zone. At some point, that's where all the NPCs and missions and advanced shops and places are going to be. So it's going to be an important location. Kind of like, I guess, in not State of Decay, but The Division, when you go to those camps and you get your missions and stuff like that. Similar to that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm heading to that town that's at that corner of
Okay.
basically the 4-point corner of C1, C2, D2, and D1.
Farming a few fame points here. This is really quick and easy fame. Just cut up a few.
I'm assuming there's still lootable stuff here, right?
Inside of what? The safe zone?
Yeah.
There is currently, yeah. You'll be able to find a few things. The buildings are mostly locked up because they haven't opened them up yet, but there are containers you can loot. Alright, so there, you can see you get quite a bit of material out of a tree after you make your axe, so we can make a lot of different things now if we need to. For instance, like if we want to make a bow, which would be a good thing for hunting. I'm going to go ahead and do that. So we can make the bow, we need to have some more binding materials, so just some tree bark, which we make using our axe, and the small sticks, which are selected there. So we'll go and make some of that. And once that's done, then we can consider making our bow. We just need a long wooden stick, our axe, and the tree bark rope. So just like that, I have a bow. I can put that on my back. We could even craft a quiver. I don't know if we got enough material for that. Where is... So we got the different backpacks. Quivers right here. Improvised quiver. So we need a lot more rags. I'd like to make an animal skin quiver, but that requires 2 animal skins and a sewing kit. But we could consider making a small improvised backpack if we just kill a boar, because we just need to make a bone needle and then get 1 skin off of a boar. Then we can make this backpack. So let's go ahead and make some arrows using the small sticks. And we cut one of these longer sticks into short sticks. This is an important thing to know. You can take these long wooden sticks and chop them up into the smaller sticks, so they don't have to stay long sticks. Let's go ahead and make some wooden arrows. And then these should still be able to fit inside my improvised courier backpack. And this will keep us safe and be able to shoot puppets at a distance without taking damage. I'm going to go find that boar again because I don't hear it right now. Got a hunting knife?
Yep.
Nice. Yeah, usually there's knives inside the towers there. It definitely makes crafting a lot easier. The stone knife breaks so easily. You have to keep remaking it. So it's nice just to have a knife.
So will you find puppets still running around in here?
There shouldn't be.
I don't think I can get in that door. Nope.
Yeah, most of the doors in the buildings are not open yet. Okay, so that's enough arrows. Let me see if I can find that boar real quick. I believe he was up here on the top of the hill. And then I'll make a larger backpack with what I get from him. Plus, I'll be able to eat. And because I'm having to run to my teammate, I'm going to have really low calories. Oh, there's some mushrooms. These are some of the good mushrooms you want to keep an eye out for. So I'm going to eat a couple of these guys. There's these mushrooms and then some more yellowish looking mushrooms that are the same kind of texture and appearance. And those provide an important vitamin D, which you can't really get from anything else.
I take a metal arrow, but I don't have the ability to carry it.
Yeah, it's tough starting out when you don't have a large bag.
I don't have any bag.
You can make a bag from your clothing if you cut it up. The tutorial teaches you how to do that first.
Oh, I cut up my shirt, but I still need a little more stuff.
Yeah, I cut up my shirt, and then you can also cut up your undershirt and your underwear. And then you can make a backpack with that.
Oh, I want you.
Since you've got a knife, your knife will yield more resources when you cut things, rather than using a stone knife. So you may not have to cut up as much. And I lost this boar. I should have tracked it.
Yeah.
So holding right click, you can track and look for tracks on the ground. But I'm not seeing any, so I may just go ahead and keep moving. We're on a low population server, which is... Oh, I hear him. You found a nightstick?
Yeah.
Nice. Time for some bashing. So I heard the boar again. Let's see if I get closer to it. Looking for tracks on the ground, pressing and holding right click takes you into a focused mode, which uses your awareness skill to find items on the ground or tracks or players. So tracks will show up as a graphic on the ground and it'll kind of be highlighted.
Oh, I'm in a nightclub.
That's one they just recently added, was the nightclub. This is an elusive 4. I don't know where it's at. Okay, now I'm onto it, so it's really close here. Yeah, right here at the top of the hill. I don't want to scare it away. Chasing animals is extraordinarily difficult. So I want to sneak up on it and put 1 or 2 in the head as quickly as possible.
Party on. I'm out of here now.
Party on, Garth. Alright, so I have to put 1 right in its head. Dropped it immediately. Alright, that's good. So now I can chop this guy up, get some food.
My energy is at 42%.
Yeah, it's important to find food pretty much right off the bat. And then with that animal skin that's rolled up right there on the ground, right here, I'll be able to craft my backpack. So I'll just chop this guy up, chop up this tree, and you can be able to cook the food, make a backpack, and you'll be a lot better off. So as quickly as possible, I want to get everything done here so I can get met up with my teammate. So I just cut up some planks so I can make a tinder bundle using one of the planks and my axe.
I am hungry. Well, that's great. I haven't run across any food yet. So you know what?
I just got a boar, so I'm going to make a backpack to carry some extra food, and I'll bring some for you. Alright, so that's where the tinder bundle was located. I need to make a small improvised fireplace. Do the blueprints. So I can place this wherever I want to. I'm going to place it kind of close to the meat. Fill it up with the gunpowder I got, I guess. I'll just fill it with sticks. I'm going to move quickly. I could use the tinder bundle, but since I already have the gunpowder in my inventory, it's fine. Just use 1 unit of that. Not a big deal. Now I need to craft out of the small sticks that are here, remaining these 2, I need to make a way to light the fire. I can use a small bowl drill, hand drill set. Deselect the long sticks, use the small sticks, craft that. And then I can start a fire. You have to pick that up and put it in your hands, or at least select it, and then press and hold F and light fire. When you press and hold F when you're looking directly at an item, you can interact with it in different ways. In this case, we can light a fire. Alright, now I can drop my hand drill, chop up the torso, get some meat, and I'll get some meat on a skewer, which requires a long stick, which I got from the tree I chopped down. There we go. So now with the meat on the ground and the long stick on the ground, I can create a skewer of meat. I'll get this close to the fire so it can start cooking.
So how does the draw weight matter?
So with bows, depending on your strength and your skill, will determine how much draw weight you can pull without letting loose of the arrow prematurely or shaking.
How do you know what that is?
You don't really know until you've experimented with it. So generally around like if you craft a bow, you'll be able to use it, because the 35-pound bows aren't very difficult to use. So I crafted a bone needle out of the bones that came out of the carcass here. So I should be able to
actually affect the damage of the item.
Like how much damage it deals.
Yeah.
The draw weight does, and also the flight trajectory, I think.
I can't fit that in my hand.
So I need to make some rope, so I'm going to cut up one of the long sticks here. I don't know how much rope I need. I think I need 1 unit of rope. I need 4 long sticks, so I may have to chop down another tree, because I don't have enough long sticks to make that. Crap, cut more sticks here. I don't think you can see. There's so many items I've got on the ground here. It's having difficulty seeing those small sticks. So if I move a little bit, I should be able to see. There we go. And then I need to eat that meat, likely. Or at least move it away from the fire, because it's surely cooking by now. So check the taste of the meat real quick. It's just warm. Okay, so I made some rope. I need to chop down another tree, I'm sure of it. Keep an eye on this. Okay, still warm. Chop this guy down. So I've already got 98 fame points. So I'm ranked 9 on the server. There's not a lot of people on the server, so that's why I'm already up on the toward the top of the list here.
Okay, I got a bow and arrow, but I'm about to die.
Did you get hit from something?
No, well, I say, I'm assuming that once my energy hits 0, it's gonna go in.
No, it just means that you'll recover slowly, and you're losing weight.
How far away are you at?
I'm not too far from you.
So I have a bow and arrow, a baseball bat, and a nightstick.
That's not bad.
And I also have a backpack, a fanny
You got a
pack.
backpack?
Yep.
Nice.
Well, I made it.
There you go.
I have a backpack and a fanny pack. And there's nothing up here.
So let's drop some of this stuff, because it's having a hard time. Actually, I can combine those two.
So how hard
Stack
is it
those.
to hunt?
Pick up my needle, if I can find it. Pick up my bone needle.
Oh, I dropped my bow.
Let's pick up the animal skin.
Apparently I can't.
And then stand right over here and see if I can't craft my backpack. I may need more skill, but I think I should be able to craft it. Maybe not. Maybe I need more skill. No, I should be able to craft this. Oh, I need more rope. Let's see here. So I need to drop that. Let's drop this. And then those are all good. So let's make some more rope. That fire's kind of cold. Let's add some fuel. There we go. And then make some more rope. It takes a lot of rope to get that bag made. You need 3 units of the rope. So I want to take some of this meat to my friend so he can eat.
What the heck would I use a camera lens for?
That's a cooking. Burning and overcooked. All right, so that plank really got things going there. So we'll need to redo that. That's okay. I was too busy trying to do too many things at once. Sometimes when you're cooking, you just have to focus on moving the meat in and closer and further away from the fire. All right, so 2 more ropes, and then I can make that back.
Eat food, you bastards.
You can hear it sizzling like bacon on a pan. All right, let's make this backpack. So using my 3 ropes.
Each other so we can see each other.
Oh, look, we could even use small sticks. I didn't need to use long sticks. So let's cut that into smaller sticks. Because I need to use the long sticks to make the meat. Do what now?
Is there a way to like friend each other? Like in 7 days a day, we could friend each other, so I could see where you were
Right.
at, and you could see where I was
The
at.
most we can do is squat up, and then we get a name tag over our head.
Oh.
All right, so let's select the small sticks, not the long sticks.
There's not much in this place.
So many things in it. Let's just go ahead and make this. Just go. I got too much inventory to deal with. Not enough time to get it all done. I think it's cooking the steaks on the ground too there. That's why everything's sizzling. Alright, I almost got this made. I just need to head out of here. I'll just take a leg of meat or something and go. Alright, there we go. Let's put that backpack on. And then I can take my courier backpack, which is on the ground now. Put it in there. Check the meat. That's burning. Let's pick this up and see if this meat's any good. It's warm. Let's pick some of these up. Those are warm. So I'm gonna take one of these, put them on a skewer. Let's pick one of these guys. Then I'll make another one over here. And I'll pull this out of the way.
How do I unholster something?
You can drag it in or out of your inventory on the holster slots, or press 1 or 2. Alright, so that's not going to be cooking there.
Put the baton in my backpack, but it's still showing up on my back. And won't let me move my baseball bat.
Where's the baseball bat located?
It's in my number 2 slot.
Press 1 or press 2. It should move it in or out. See if I can make a replacement axe. My axe is almost destroyed. This one's burned. This one should be like slightly cooked. There we go. Move it in for just a second.
There we go.
Make some quick rope. Then I'll go back and eat that. Yeah, it gets bugged a little bit with the holster slots right now.
Well, even though I told it to get out of the holster slot, it didn't.
Eat that real quick since it's cooked and hot. Get some food in my stomach.
Man, I'm funny.
That will help a lot. I'll craft another meat stick. I can. I'll take a knife.
I have a knife for you. You want the bayonet or the hunting knife?
Either one. I'm not picky.
Cargo drop landing in 2 minutes.
Oh, that's up. We should come that way. Start making your way north.
D1.
Yeah. Yeah, start coming your way toward. Just go straight toward that. So a cargo drop
Very
notification
much.
came in. You got a
Does
cargo
it show
drop.
up on the map? Or
Say that again.
does it show up exactly where it's going to drop? Or?
Yeah, if you hit on the M on the map, just look at the top left at D1. There's a little crate and a parachute thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's going to drop there here pretty soon.
But does it show when it drop where it like where in the D1 square it will end up dropping at, or
Yeah, it's that little icon.
so it's way up there?
That is it. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Okay.
Slightly cooked. All right, so my buddy's now coming toward me, so I'm going to stay here, finish cooking some stuff,
Go there's north.
and I'll meet him there. Let that heat up. I want to move this stuff out of here. I'm just going to fill this bag full of meat. Cut this guy up. Say it again.
Is there the ability to auto walk or auto run?
Yes. Hold shift and press the direction. So hold shift and W and then release. And then it'll keep going that direction.
I am playing SCUM with Jonathan.
Alright, so that's hot cooked. Let's get it off the fire and eat it. And make sure when you're eating items, you don't want to fill your stomach up too much. Keep an eye on that while you're eating it. And you can press escape to cancel eating before you get too full and make yourself sick. So 97%, that's fine. I'll eat the rest of it in just a moment. I need to finish clearing out this backpack. Let's get some meat chopped up. So move this over here. And I need to make another axe. I just want to keep it away from the fire so it doesn't cook and get ruined. Let's chop that up. And just get the meat out. Put it in that courier backpack, and then I'll put the courier backpack into my larger A-frame backpack. Alright, so open the inventory here. It's already open. Okay, so let's put the meat all in here. And that way, we'll have some food on the go when we meet up at the drop. Hopefully we'll be able to get there in time. Take my soda can with me, some scrap. I'll take my arrows. Wherever I put all of my arrows, there's one right there. Let's craft another axe real quick. Find some rocks. Make an axe head again.
I'm assuming when you hit F, or when you hit 0 on your food, it takes a bit for you to get...
0 on the what?
I'm puking.
Oh, did you eat too much?
I don't know how I would have eaten too much. I have 0 energy, so...
Oh, are you out of shape?
How do I tell that?
Are you overweight?
No.
Are you
Yes.
Are you not very good at running or have good endurance?
Where do you see what, So my weight is 91 kilograms. My body fat is 10%.
It's not bad. Alright, so I made a second axe. So I'll take that with me. So I got meat, axe. I've eaten some. So I'm good there. I'm going to just leave this. Like I said, put the fire out. And then I'm going to start moving toward that drop. It's right next to a town, so I can hit the town.
Is there some stat you should be watching?
Well, it depends. Just want to make sure, it depends on if you ate something bad. You could be sick. So if you hit tab and look at your metabolism tab, check for any sicknesses you may have. The sicknesses are on the left-hand side underneath the BCU body monitor section. Ooh, some new underwear, so let's put some underwear on.
BCU.
Since I cut mine up earlier.
My stomach volume is 0, bladder volume is 19.
Look on the left-hand side where it says BCU body monitor, just underneath. So there's the red section that shows all of the you see the graphs and everything, but below that are your skills, and then immediately below that, BCU body monitor, where it shows your age, lifetime, weight, teeth number, temperature. There's a section just below that for sicknesses.
Sickness?
Yeah.
Starvation.
So just starvation right now?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not sure why you would have just started puking.
Well, I ate like a bunch of mushrooms.
That's it. So you filled up your stomach too much.
So how do I see my...
Your stomach volume's in the metabolism tab, just the right-hand side, bottom. It says stomach volume. If that goes over 100%, then you get nauseous. So you want to make sure that you don't eat too much.
I needed to eat something. I have 0 energy.
Having 0 energy isn't a bad thing. Or it's not a terrible thing. I mean, it's not good, but it's not terrible. It just means you're going to lose weight. So you have a negative calorie balance. So you will be burning fat, and you won't recover as quickly. So like if you're hurt or damaged, you won't recover your health as fast. I don't think it impacts your stamina regen too much yet, but that could change.
So eating stuff doesn't recover energy.
Not immediately. You have to have a positive calorie balance. Once you've gained a positive calorie balance, you'll help maintain energy levels. It's sort of like glucose in your blood, right?
Yeah.
Right. And where your body's metabolizing energy from. Either it's from your stored fat or it's from nutrition that you've eaten. And I am worn out. So I'm close to the town, just south of the drop.
Oh wow, you made hello time up there.
I was halfway in between you and the drop.
I'm heading that way as fast as I can. There's a house here. I'm gonna see if there might be any food in it.
Yeah, the mushrooms are good to eat. The orange ones and those yellow ones, kind of starting out. I already grabbed a couple of those to eat. And I've got a bag full of meat when we get caught up together. And that'll give you a bunch of calories. The fat gives a bunch of calories. Alright, there's the town. I can hit this town real quick on the way to the drop.
I was hoping.
Maybe get a shirt.
I tried to
Somehow.
shoot a bird.
I'll grab one of these for him.
Get any out of that. I was unsuccessful in my shot.
It's hard to hit the birds with the bow. It's not impossible, but it's difficult. Birds are great target practice for the guns, so you can build up your skills real easy, because they respawn quite a bit. Alright, I'm just going to check a few buildings here before we get to that. Ooh, there's a
Coconut
fire
and a
steel.
lemon.
That is huge. Ooh, waste bag. Definitely needed that.
I'm gonna grab the lemon. I'm not gonna grab it.
Another waste bag. Keep that for my buddy, unless he finds one on the way.
You know. They're coconuts.
Here's a puppet outside. Let's wax this guy. Right in his... That was close to his head. Looks like I hit his shoulder, but that was a headshot.
Buttons?
Say that again?
Can you remap the key buttons?
Yes.
Okay. I gotta change my auto run to
So that is a good kill.
similar to what I usually use.
I only had one arrow, so I'm glad I killed that guy before he got to me.
I don't see many animals.
don't need a Santa
So is
Claus
this
outfit.
region always covered in snow, or is it just because?
Just the northeast. Yeah. It may be. Don't necessarily need to keep a needle for now, but I'll hold on to it. I just heard a bird fly away.
Does it always start you in random locations?
Yes.
At least until you've been in the game.
Right. Yeah, once you're... If you respawn, like if you get killed and respawn, you'll have choices in how you respawn depending on how many fame points you have. So if you can't afford anything different, you just choose a random sector again. Or if you have enough fame points, you can respawn at a sector of your choosing, your base, or a squad mate. Some soap. More scrap, which will be useful later. Not right this second, but if I can find a toolbox and I have a weapon, that will be really good. I may just start heading toward that.
67%.
Say that again?
My running is at 67%.
So that would be your progress to your next rank.
Oh. So how do you actually tell the actual rank of it?
It's a kind of like a pie chart. Just to the left of that number.
Circle.
So you have half the circle?
Yep.
So yeah, it's in quarters, so you have 2 ranks in running. It's basic, intermediate, and advanced, and then expert. An expert is very difficult to achieve right now, if not impossible. Until they've gotten things completely balanced. It's just pretty much focus on the first 3 ranks. I just found a 22. So
My
now a
lungs
toolbox.
are turned red. What does that mean?
What turned red?
So in the
Metabolism?
yeah. The monitoring stuff at the top,
Yeah.
my lungs turned red. They were.
Oh, yeah. That means you're working out. Breathing hard.
Oh.
Usually the school has some ammunition and things. Interestingly enough. Keep finding those bags, the waste pouches. There's a bow. I guess I could replace my bow with something nicer. It's a good 70-pound draw. I like that. I'm not going to take a lockpick right now. It's a low population server, so we're not likely going to find a bunch of stuff to pick. Alright, I'm going to get to that drop before it's gone. Make sure we get items out of it. I'm going to make a beeline for that drop, so make sure we don't lose it. Because it doesn't last forever. If you don't make it in time, I'll meet you at the town that's just south of it. Get this hatchet off my back so I can put the bow
Yeah,
there.
you're that. There's no. I'm still. I'm not even probably halfway.
Really close to the drop. Let's get there and grab what we need. I'm going to drop my items outside the drop so I can pick up whatever's left. So I'll empty out my bag so I don't have to... My stuff right here.
I see a wall. Take it, that's the original
Alright,
map.
let's get stuff out of the drop. Grab everything we can.
Button.
Because that'll get us... Oh my god!
What?
It's full of zombies! The drop was full of zombies! You've got to be kidding me. Oh my god. I've never seen that before. When did they add this? See if I can get one out at a time.
When you say full, how
Full, like 4 of them or something. I opened the door and they just screamed at me. I got one out. I'm gonna try to kill it. That's just insane. I don't have anything to kill him with.
I'm coming, man. I'm coming.
Golly.
How long do the drops usually last?
Like 10 minutes or something like that. 10 minutes to drop, and like 10 minutes they sit there. I gotta make some arrows and shoot them before it explodes. Come on. I'm gonna run out of time. This is insane. There must be something good inside. It's probably guns and ammo. Birds everywhere. I'll take a toolbox. A toolbox would be great. I gotta make at least 10. Let's start with this. I should get a couple of headshots and take them out. Alright, let's see what I can do here. I'm just gonna get a distance and try to pick them off. They shouldn't see me from here. Yeah, they all calmed down a bit. If I can drop one or two and then kill the last one with my rifle, that should be okay. I turned around backwards, that's great. It's 1, 2. Just keep my cool, take them out. Let's get the items. Okay, I got them. There were 4. Alright, yep, it's weapons and ammo. So let's grab what. Oh, there's only 1? Come on. Come on. I'll take that for sure. An extra bow for my buddy. Let's drop my bow outside.
You can't change that setting. Auto run has to stay shift up.
The Predator 70. Perfect. We kind of got cheated on this one a bit.
Why is that?
Usually there's more than 2 bays of items, and this one there's only 2 bays of items to loot from. Usually like 6. Grab whatever items you can off these puppets. Bandage. I got you a bow. Got a rifle for you. Okay. Work pants.
Are there
A little more
mushrooms that you
storage.
should not eat?
Yes.
Which ones are those?
I don't know. I just eat 2 kinds. I eat the there's some yellowish ones and some orange ones. I'll show you what they look like
So
once we find some.
I ate a red top with white speckles on it.
I don't know. I don't eat those.
I didn't get a sickness from it, so
All right. And boots? No, I want these boots.
I'm almost to the town.
Okay. I'll meet you. Well, I kind of need you to come pick up this bow.
Okay, I'm coming. I'm coming.
Got a bow and rifle.
I don't know if I have spots for it, but I will
That.
make spots.
Drop those for him. Those for him. Let me go pick up my stuff that I dropped over there. Oh, let's move the stuff.
Melee weapon if you want it. I can give you.
I get my stuff that's over here. Dropped in the forest. Which is where? Should be over here because I came from this approach. The tree I chopped down. Where are my items? There they are. Okay, that's what awareness is good for. Highlights all your stuff. Alright, soda can, a couple of mushrooms. A better bag for him. Let's make sure he gets that bag.
It's still showing on mine, so
Powder.
I'm heading your way.
Needle. Oh, and open that. That's the meat. Gotta take that meat with us.
How often do those drop
Let's see here. So I can put that into here. There. Perfect. My meat bag. Alright, I'll stand right here. If I could, I guess I could make a box and then start dragging these items down to him toward the, that'll work. May as well, while I'm waiting, go ahead and craft a box. And I'll get a fire started. Alright, I'm gonna get a fire started for you. I'm gonna make a little box, put your stuff in. It's blowing up. Let's make sure that this stuff is not so close that it gets destroyed. Alright, good. Alright, we're
Damn,
good.
that was a big explosion.
Yeah, that was the payload that just destroyed. So yeah, go that direction. Or go towards the boom.
Cornfields.
Yeah, corn is great. Sunflowers are really good. Really good filling stuff. I like watermelons and potatoes. I should probably just make the fire because he's going to be here pretty soon. Let's get that made real quick. I can make a nice fireplace here. Yeah, a bunch of rocks. There we go. Let's craft a really nice fireplace to get some good cooking going on here. It's up here. Fireplace. Oh, it's down here. Here. Fire ring. That's what I want. Fill up some gunpowder, some logs, some stone. Just need a few more stones. Finding lots of snowballs. One more, let's see. One more stone here. Come on, something close by so I don't have to carry it. Oh, there we go. Search for rocks. So wait until you see that pop up. All right, now I can light this.
Be in the relative area, but I don't see you.
I'm lighting a fire. Well, I thought I was going to light a fire. May need to add a, there we go. Okay, that'll help you find me.
Ah, there it is. I hope that's you.
Yeah, it's me.
Or I'm walking into a trap.
It's a trap. I got this wool sweater, but it has no pockets.
That's a
Hey there.
scary, circle there. How do I accept that?
There we go. Yeah, to invite people to squads, just look at them, press and hold F, and then it brings up a context menu. And you can do that with more than just people. You can do that with items and things on the ground, things you can interact with. So I'm gonna make you a.
That trade is really to drop it on the ground, right?
At the moment, yeah. Thank you. So I'll let you go ahead and cook this.
We'll just go to crafting. Or what do you do do.
Right. So the crafting tab, and then you're standing close to the stakes over here, plus those long sticks, so you can just select the small skewer with meat and craft that. And then to cook it, you're going to take the item. It's like right behind you. You're standing on it, basically. So if you take a couple steps back.
I gotta move stuff around.
That's cool.
How
And
many
then-
slots does that take?
The skewer with meat,
I'll just stick it in my
it's
hand.
pretty big. Watch out, don't step in the fire.
Okay.
All right, so you can place it next to the fire. So when you press tab, you get your mouse cursor, and you can move items around. So you can drag it out of your inventory and place it on the ground. Basically, drag it from your hands, and then you'll see you'll see like a representation of it, like in a 3D representation. You can place on the ground where it's blue, close to the fire, and it'll start cooking. You just press tab, open up one of the inventory menu, and then you can drag things around. Yeah, there you go. And so this way, you'll have to keep an eye on it. Just keep the inventory tab open, so you can hover your mouse over it, right-click it, and there's an option for check taste.
Raw.
Right, so as it's close to the fire, it'll start to heat up. So now it's warm.
Is there a way to predict how long it will take?
They've added like it changes texture and it's supposed to start smoking and sizzling, but I don't think it's working quite properly yet. So just keep checking the taste.
They need to get with the Sea of Thieves guys because they're cooking really good.
So now it's hot, so it's going to get to burning on the next stage. Burning doesn't mean it's burned yet, it just means that's how quick it's cooking. So I usually wait till it gets to burning, and then I pull it away from the fire to let it kind of cook for a little bit and let the temperature drop. Yeah, cooking was a lot easier before. It was just look at the thing and select cook, and you would cook it, and it would be cooked. But now they've got it to where they want you to kind of maintain your fire and cook it properly over a fire. That's the idea.
What?
Okay, so it's up. It let it sit too long. It's
Oh.
hot and burned.
So,
Let's try again.
can I still eat this? Or?
It won't. I don't think it will provide good nutrients. So let me drop some more meat. Or where'd the bag go? There it is.
How do you tell if it provided good anything?
You'll look at your metabolism tab and see what you're absorbing. So don't eat too much of that because I don't think it's going to be very good for filling your stomach. And so make another one.
Oh.
You can try it again.
You want
And
some-
don't worry, I've burned several.
Try to help my wife.
It's okay. And then the temperature of the fireplace can be managed depending on, you can add anything you want to burn, like any of these sticks or planks and logs. You can put it into the fireplace and it'll increase the temperature output.
I don't know if it'll come back out again, but
You trying to drop the sticks?
no, I was helping my wife with something.
Oh, okay.
So I need to put this down.
Yeah, and then you come over here and make another. I just put 3 more pieces of meat down. Just make another skewer. And it looks like it's already right next to the fire, so it should just start cooking. And so, yeah, obviously you can see fires are kind of dangerous to have it in the open, because you could easily find me, so you have to be kind of careful, especially at night.
Yeah.
Kind of a dead giveaway.
You don't want my baton? Come on, you want a baton?
Oh, do you have an extra one?
Yeah, I put it on the ground for you.
Oh, okay. Okay, make some room. Oh, here's some good mushrooms. You see those? Those are good ones
Yep.
to eat.
I have a couple of those on me.
And then there's the other kind are yellow. They look exactly the same. They're just yellow.
Yeah, see, I have...
Oh, take this. Little waste bag. That'll give you a bunch more inventory space.
Oh, I already
And-
have one.
Oh, you do? Good.
Yep.
Oh, dude, come get these. Up here.
What's this?
I got a 22 rifle, a nice bow, and then put those work pants on. It gives you a bunch of more inventory space. And there's some boots there if you want them.
I have some military boots on.
Oh, those are good. Get the, this is a 70-pound draw bow, and then a 22. So you can replace your bow.
What was there? No. No. Wow, a gun takes a ton of space.
Yeah, it's good just to put on your back.
Well,
Just
in order
you-
to put it on my back, I have to give up my baseball bat. 'cause
Yeah,
the baseball
the
bat-
baseball bat will store easier though.
Apparently, it's
Well, you got a
4.
baton, so you keep the baton, drop the baseball bat, keep the gun. Because that baton only takes 3 spaces. You can put that in your backpack. Baseball bat, I think, takes 4. Vertical.
Yeah.
The fire's cooking slower, so it's a lot easier to manage how quickly it cooks. Right now, it's just warm and raw. I'm gonna eat some of these vitamins, then I'll drop them the rest for you. That's be really good for to eat. All right, eat all of these vitamins over here on the ground. There's a small little box right here. Right next to the hat. Alright, so I got gunpowder, those gloves, don't need those. Keep that soda can, make a suppressor in a little bit.
There's the hat.
Right here, right next to me.
Oh.
Put some hat, gloves, in the vitamin pill box. Eat all those vitamins. It'll take a little while, but I'm gonna add a small stick here to the fire. Or I'm gonna make a small stick out of one of these big sticks. We could probably make you a bigger backpack. Let's see if I can do that. cut up the hat. Yep. And then can I cut this up? Yep. And then
So that was weird. So the box still exists even after the...
I check the meat, see how it's doing.
Is that warm?
Okay. We made it add some fuel to the fire. Alright, and I want to make... I need some rope. So I need to make a rope. Cut these guys up in small sticks. I'm going to try to make a bigger backpack. The same kind of backpack that I got.
Went to the store. As soon as she gets back, because she went to the store.
I'm going to take a plank and add it to the fire. Alright, I'm going to fuel the fire with a plank, so watch the meat. Keep an eye on it.
Okay.
You may have to move it away from the fire if it gets too hot.
You're saying
Once it's
hot.
either hot or burning, you want to move it away from the fire. You just press tab, take your mouse, click it, left click, and just drag it away. Yep, just like that. And then it'll start to cool down and cook a bit. And then if it's not fully cooked yet, you can move it back toward the fire. You just kind of move it back and forth. I'm not sure if there's a better way to do that or not. Alright, put a backpack right next to you.
I guess I have to set all my stuff on the ground to get the backpack though.
You can swap backpacks. Just look at the backpack, press F, and that'll swap backpacks. Put your backpack on the ground. And then you can right-click or open the inventory of the backpack that's on the ground and pull stuff out of it. Just press tab. Either double-click it or right-click and open inventory. And you can take the arrows and the knife out. Yeah, so your meat is ready to eat. Slide it over a little bit. It's warm and cooked. I'm gonna craft one more skewer here. Yeah, just keep an eye on your stomach. You should be good now. You should have digested or got most of it into your intestine from what you ate before. You could usually eat, 5 units of meat, so 1 stick and 3 or 2/3. By the time this one's cooked, you'll probably be able to eat it.
I'm regaining energy now.
Yeah, so you're getting closer to a positive calorie balance.
baseball bat is even higher than 4.
Is it 5 slots? Or 5 spaces?
Apparently.
Okay. I got some more meat over here that's cooked for you.
It doesn't tell you how many slots, does it?
No, not just on the item or hovering over it. You have to kind of drag it to your inventory to kind of see. What you making?
Just a bundle of rags.
Ah, okay. It's not a bad idea to cut up a bunch of stuff and then make a whole bundle of rags. Keep us around for bandaging yourself up. So yeah, when you eat that, keep an eye on your stomach. Don't eat too much at once.
My stomach's at 66% right now.
You may just take that and carry it with you, and you can snack on it while we do some looting. So you can pick that up and just hold it in your hands. Let me go check out the town and loot the town real quick.
Okay. The one behind us?
Yeah, just to the south.
I didn't realize I turned around.
Yeah, it's nice we have the map now. At some point, they're going to take the map away.
Are they going to put compasses in the game then?
Yeah, compasses. You can already make a compass, and then they're also going to have maps that you can find. And the current play area right now is going to be quadrupled. So there's quite a few puppets here. Puppets are great for getting clothing. That's usually the clothing that I wear is puppet clothing. So it's a good opportunity to practice your combat. I don't know if you may want to try that or wait and eat your... Let me get this guy real quick.
I'll say I can...
Give it a shot.
Yeah.
You kind of want to place your crosshair close by, and then... Because it's going to... Unless you have archery skill, your reticle disappears when you've drawn. Keep going. You're good. You're good. Ow. He's full of arrows. If you hit him in the head, they'll drop immediately. You can pick up, if your arrows don't break when you use them, you can pick them back up. One of these guys isn't too much of a problem. When you get more than one on you up close, they just start hammering you to death. There you go. Maybe able to eat some more of your meat.
Can you melee even with something else in your hand?
Yeah, I've got a. I'm like basically like hit him with the butt of the weapon. You can use with like a rifle. So if you had your rifle in your hand, you can use middle mouse click and you'll swing the rifle, which is good. So when you're close quarters and you need to get a hit in, works really well. Press V to get out of combat stance. There's the other kind of mushrooms, the yellow ones, yeah.
So I found some white ones and some red with speckles, white speckles on them.
I know there's some big poopy ball mushrooms that are okay to eat too. There's another couple of puppets right here.
So a headshot is always an insta-kill?
Yeah, on the puppets. I missed. Okay. Oh man. Oh, we may want to run. Having to deal with some combat over here. I got two on me. I'll be over there in a second. I dropped one. Alright, on the way. Box that guy. Did you take some boxing skill?
A little bit.
It looks like you knew what you were doing.
How do I make a bandage, I wonder?
We'll have to find some clean... You got some clean cloth, right? Did you take some of that with you? Or did you just rip it all up? We gotta have some cloth rags that are clean. We can probably find some in a house, or we can chop something up inside of a house.
I have some rags. It doesn't say if they're clean or not.
If they look dirty, then try right-clicking on it and see if you can choose patch wounds.
Yes, I can.
Yeah, do that.
Okay.
What? There we go. I thought I was chopping those up.
Wire. Is wire useful?
It's just like rope, improvised rope or anything. You don't have to carry it with you.
Okay.
Vitamins.
Do you regain health over time, or do you have to find...
Yeah, it's just over time, slowly. Just found another 22.
Yeah, I'm 1/3 boxing.
Yeah, it's good. I like to have a rank, one in box. Well, yeah, one in boxing and one in... Is that what I did? Yeah, one in boxing and one in melee. And I put the rest in rifle.
I'm gonna search this barn thing here.
Okay. Yeah, barns typically have a weapon on the second level. There's a little ladder when you first go in. It's the kind of barn I'm thinking of. Oh, that's a workshop. That'll have like scrap, sometimes a toolbox.
Nails.
Yeah, stuff like that. Building materials. Nails are good for making, spiked baseball bats and also building barricades or improvised devices.
So, do they let you turn one of these houses into like your base?
Yeah, you can. If you look at a door, press and hold F, you can claim that door using your fame points, and that basically creates ownership. Now, once you've claimed a door, you can put locks on it. And these windows that are open, like right here, you can barricade these windows to prevent entry. So you can take over a town, basically, if you really want to. Which is good because they provide loot and resources. And then there's a building over here I'll show you in just a second that's really important. And some of the things that are mechanics in the game that I think will become of more importance as more skills and things are introduced in the game.
So I just found a scope for a bow.
Oh, like a compound bow sight?
Yep.
Yeah, those are good. If we can find a compound bow, those are difficult to find. Pretty rare.
I didn't know if you could add it to your existing, like the bow I have.
Yeah, not the recurve. Recurve doesn't get a sight, but the compound does. So if you come over here real quick, just so this building right over here. This is something that was recently added, and I kind of thought they would do something like this. But this building has machinery in it. And there aren't. These buildings don't exist in every town, so you have, if you want to craft certain items, you have to be able to get to this machinery to use it. So that makes like this town important. So if people wanted to take the town over, or at least the building, and construct a barricade around it, it's very useful. There's a car. We found a car. That was easy.
Do you have to give it gas or anything?
Not yet, but there will be. You will have to put. It'll be like Zomboid. We have to keep it repaired, put gas in it, and stuff like that. Do you have driving skill? Nope.
No.
If you don't have driving skill, everything's like basically operates like a stick shift, so it's hard to drive. You can drive it, but you'll stop and start a lot. I usually put at least one rank into driving right now, so I'm not horrible. Yeah. You'll get it going. You're just coasting.
How do I get out?
F. F to enter and exit.
Oh, let's search the rest of this town.
And you can put a bunch of items in the back of the car. So it's like a inventory thing, just like your bags. So you can fill the car full of stuff and get loot between places really easily.
Gunpowder. Soap.
Gunpowder's good. You can use that for crafting ammunition.
Lime soda.
Lime soda's good to drink. Gives you sugar, carbs. The can you can turn into an improvised silencer.
It's a bottle.
Yeah. Bottles are good. It's good to have at least one bottle to carry water, just in case you're getting low on water.
My colon volume is fairly high.
You can usually wait until that gets to about 100% before you really need to go.
So you actually have to do something about it?
Yeah, you got to use the bathroom. It's really funny because if you eat too much, or if someone eats too much, and they get the runs, they can, I mean, their character, just like you experienced where you started throwing up. You'll either start throwing up or you'll have diarrhea, and you just go. Your guy, without you doing anything, he will just go, which can put you in a bind, depending on.
This is like Ark. You actually will defecate, but you have to do it yourself.
Yes.
Ark, your guy randomly does it as you go about your day.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't animate it. It just.
You hear the noise of him going, and then you turn around and there'll be a.
Oh, okay. So he doesn't actually go through an animation and actually do the business. It's just like it's in a kind of an event where there's poop on the ground all of a sudden.
I got some cornflakes.
Those are great. Good
Oh,
carbs.
there's a water bottle here too.
There's a watermelon up here.
I got too much stuff.
Yeah, that happens. There's a lot of stuff in the game. There's too much to carry. You kind of have to figure out what's important and what's not, depending on what your current situation is. Because you can't carry everything. It's not like 7 days where you can carry thousands of wood and stuff like that. It's very survival focused.
Can you refill water bottles?
You can. You can actually refill just about any bottle you get, And right now it's kind of bugged. So if you go to any water source or refilling source, like a hand pump in the town or a well, like right over here, there's a pump, water pump, where I'm standing. So you can drink water out of this outright, or you can fill containers.
So it's DayZ esque on that one.
Correct. So it's definitely good to maintain a high balance of water. You can fill your body up as much as you want with water balance without any negative impact right now. So I like to try to eat watermelons and keep drinking water, so I don't have to.
Something's full of water.
Well, it'll tell you how many units are in that item. So if you look at like your can of soda, or even your stacks of inventory, like your arrows, there's the first number, which is the number you have, and then the second number, which is kind of yellowish, is the total number that you can stack. So your bottle will show like a number out of, like that one's
19 out of 20.
Yeah, so it takes 20 units. And that particular bottle is like a soda, so you can select the item in your inventory to highlight it red, and then when it's highlighted red, you can interact with like the spigot here to fill it. Either it will say fill, or you can press and hold F and fill it. If it doesn't do it right immediately, you may try putting it in your hand and making sure it's red.
Yeah, so it ended up filling up the little water bottle I found.
Right, there you go. So that a water bottle will always be filled with water, and then whatever drink you have will be filled with whatever the drink is until they fix it and it turns into a water bottle.
Tactical
basically.
sweater.
Those are great. Gives you at least 2 storage units of space.
Ooh, an axe.
Axes are good. So the better quality items like those axes, so you can craft an axe in the wild if you want to, like a little hatchet, which is what I do most of the time. But if you find an axe like that, when you use it, it'll yield more resources and better quality resources than using like a field created axe. But they do wear down over time, so, and they take up quite a bit of inventory space. So they're good to have like in a base if you got it, but difficult to carry around. So starting out, typically I'll just make my own axes until I've got like a place where I'm hiding stuff, and if I pick up a nice axe, I'll put that into my chest or whatever, where I'm stashing things.
Oh, well. Nothing that tells you. Right. How many spots it's gonna take
For the axe?
for any item. Like there's no, I don't see anything that says this is gonna take 5 inventory slots.
Right, you have to just drag it toward your inventory to see what it looks like at the moment. It's like I've played it so much, I just know how many inventory slots most items take up. And you can kind of gauge in your mind what the item's gonna be. That one's a large. If it's a large axe, I think it's 4 slots rectangular, or it's 8 slots, 4x4, vertical. At some point, they're supposed to be adding where you can rotate items to fit them into bags better. I'm not sure when they're gonna do that. That means they have to go through every item and recreate the sprites to turn them. Go find some sugar. So when you're looting in town, I don't know if you've watched some of my videos. I try to be quiet when I'm moving around. I mean, we're pretty safe right now because there's not a lot of people here. But your footsteps are pretty quiet, just so long as you're not sprinting. When you open and close doors, that's really loud. So when you're going in and out of houses, try to use the windows.
Oh.
It's a little bit more quieter. Some doors you'll have to open because to get between rooms. That window's closed, so you can't vault through it. This one's open over here. So you can vault through that window.
Break it.
Yeah.
I wanted to break it.
So you can hear our drone. Those show up periodically. You'll want to make sure it gets attached to you, like it's close to you, because if you're in a building, it can't touch you or see you, and it'll stay there perpetually. Mine just flew away. But those are a dead giveaway to positions. So if you've got a drone on you, you may want to move or find cover elsewhere, because people will find you. Another thing to know is press and hold right click.
Press and hold right.
Right click. Oh, well, yeah. And you should see like a silhouette around the screen, and you zoom in just a little bit, right?
Oh, if I'm using my bow.
Or, yeah, if you're using your bow or just not holding anything or just looking around, just press and hold right click, and your sight should zoom in. And you get that silhouette around the edges. And what that'll do is it enhances your sight and enhances your hearing directionally. So it'll cut down on the ambient noise. So if you release it, all the wind and ambient noise comes back. But if you press and hold right click, it quiets all that down. And if you look at the puppets that are directly ahead of us, they'll sound closer. So listen to them. You can hear them grunting and growling. But if you release it and look at them, you don't hear them. Do you see that?
Yep.
So when you're in town and you want to know if someone's in town, that's how you do it. You press and hold right click, and you can look through the buildings, right? You're looking at the walls. You're looking around and just scan left and right to see if you hear footsteps or people looting stuff. And you'll also be able to hear puppets and be able to know exactly where those puppets are at without seeing them. You'll have a kind of an audio cue as to where they might be. And that's the best way to make your way through towns, is to just use that focus mode to make sure that you're not running into someone, or you know someone's there before they know you're there. Nice shot. Nice shot. He's another one coming. Right in front of you. Nice. It's a lot easier to hit them when they're up close like that. But at the same time, you're at a higher risk of getting hit. These puppets, I mean, they don't hit you too hard, so you can take a few hits. It's not a big deal. The server I'm playing on, the puppets hit you for like 25% of your health. Or 20%, it's pretty bad.
Duct tape, nails, tracksuit, open finger gloves, and sweatpants. I can't really take any more.
Yeah.
Wait, what's that? Magnifying glass?
I'm pretty sure the magnifying glasses you'll be able to make scopes out of pretty soon. Right now you have to use camera lenses, but I'm guessing they'll add those as an item you can use to make improvised scopes.
That should be a way to start a fire too.
Yes, maybe. I know there's a lot of different things. They have matches, they have ferrocerium rods. You can make a bow drill out of sticks and light a fire. I think I checked some of this. Schools are great. They usually have ammo. And bags.
Oh, they got bras.
Yeah. You can also find locks in here a lot. So
22 caliber ammo.
Ooh, 22. There you go. You got some ammo for your gun now.
I don't know why that would be in a school, but
Yeah, there's always ammo. I usually find like 22 or 9mm or shotgun rounds in the school.
not a needle.
Needles are good. Like, that's what I used to craft your backpack, was a needle. You can also make needles from bones from animals, so you don't have to keep needles with you. I imagine that needles and thread and soap will likely be used to repair clothing and to make it higher quality, or at least clean it up a bit. Because I don't know if you've noticed or not, but
Oh, there.
all items degrade, and they'll change in their look and appearance over time.
We already search upstairs.
I haven't searched everything. I was letting you loot it.
So as you loot stuff, does that increase the loot skills where you're more likely to find something? Or?
No, it's not like 7 days. Loot is just whatever the loot table is for the area. And then loot replenishes typically every 30 minutes. So just depends on where you're at.
Or
Do what now?
if somebody's been here, or this stuff is just that badly.
Sometimes it's just empty. Yeah. They lowered the loot a little bit since on the release, just to keep people from getting geared up too quickly. Because then the kills are less meaningful.
I can't use the toilet.
No. Sometimes there's some toilets are lootable. They'll have usually scrap metal in them.
Paper.
Paper's good for starting fires or creating shotgun shells.
What? Okay.
I'm looking for a toolbox. There's a saw in here.
Are your clothes put away?
More gunpowder. I've already looted most of this.
Okay.
So here's a book and this thing over here. Where you got that piece of paper.
I didn't grab it. I
Oh, okay. I usually, if you find a diary that's full of pages, like 30 pages, that's better than carrying a piece of paper. So then you can make all the shotgun rounds with it. Oh, here's a good building. So here's a building to look for over this way. Right over here is the, see this building right in front of me?
Yeah.
That is a police building. So some towns have police buildings, some towns don't. This one has one, so this is a good town. It's got that hardware manufacturing thing where you can make stuff, and it's also got the police building. Oh, sorry, I just whacked you. I just threw your weapon. It's good to hit and then back up, and then hit and then back up. That way you can dodge their attacks. Make sure you pick up your axe that you threw.
I didn't know you could throw an axe.
You can throw anything almost. You can throw your cereal box if you want to. You can throw rocks. You can throw knives. Almost every object you can throw. I don't think you can throw your guns or bows though, because the left click is to use it. But if it's not something that goes boom or shoots something, then you can throw it. So, police building usually has good stuff. You can find, obviously, weapons and ammo. This is the kitchen part. So you can find knives and food and stuff in here.
Got some bandages.
There's a bird sitting out here. It's like stuck in the wall. Oh, gosh darn it. Try to whack it. There's a bird sitting out here.
Oh.
So in here you'll want to loot. There's a, look out for the little ammo thing on top. And then the desks usually have, sometimes they'll have paper clips and lockpicks and stuff. There's a bunch of stuff right over here on this side. Right over here. So there's these usually have weapons on the wall there. the large rectangular ones. And then we've got the filing cabinets, which will have ammo or gloves, hats, things like that. Hey, Square Tomato, thanks for the follow, man. Appreciate that. Going through the learning the ropes on some SCUM stuff here, so be sure to check if you're interested in SCUM or need to learn more about it. We're kind of going through some of the basics here. Feel free to ask any questions if you have any questions. Be able to answer those for you. You'll definitely need to be careful. So when you come into these police buildings, the server's more populated, definitely want to be careful because this is a hot place where people typically go first when they log in, for sure. Because they'll want to come here and grab a weapon. Usually you can find your axes and batons here, pistols, a little bit of ammo. And then the
50 caliber rounds.
You'll find some, yeah, lots of pistol rounds usually here. Sometimes you can find an M16 or an MP5. But generally, more often than not, you'll find a pistol. There's trash up front. And there is a second floor, so we can go up the stairs and there's more stuff on the second floor. There's 2 more weapon crates over, or weapon containers over here. You can also find knives. Knives are great. Second floor is a good opportunity to find bags and, you know, some extra clothing or even armor. You can find some police vests. Provide a little bit of protection. Stab-proof vests. And then always keep an eye out inside these cells, the jail cells. There'll be bags or clothing inside of those. I usually hit tab and just keep an eye on my vicinity to see if anything pops up. Looks pretty clear right now, though. There's a few more lockers over here. Yeah, this back hallway right here is a good place to hide. People don't usually come back here because there's no loot back here. But if you hear somebody in town that come into the police building and you don't want to engage them, just go to that back wall.
Hat if I wanted.
Yeah. There's a whole suit for the Robin Hood suit. Tights and everything.
This would be a good place to claim, except for the fact that brother would come for it.
Yeah. If you want to fight somebody and you know it's a pretty busy spot, this is the place to be. You can definitely set up an ambush. And you can get on top of the roof and you can get some really good visualization. Usually the police station is in the middle of the town. So you can see everything from the police station more often than not. Sometimes there's weapons and ammo on the roof, so always be careful to look for weapons and ammunition. Keep your vicinity tab open so you can see your local items that are close by. If you get into a tight spot in the police station and you need to make a quick exit, there's a ladder here, or if you look just off to the side here, there's a roof. You'll just drop down onto the roof, and you can drop down off the roof onto the ground, and you won't take any damage. So it's a good way to get out of the police station without going back through the whole place, in case someone's coming up the stairs and you get out. Another quick tip while you're in towns, if you check a look real quick. I lost him. Still with me, Jeremy? He has gone radio silent. Anyways, what I'm going to say here is another thing you can do while you're in towns, if you don't know it yet or not, you can climb up on top of doors and then get on top of roofs. which is usually an unexpected location for people to look. They don't typically look on top of roofs. And so you can usually get the drop on somebody. Or at least get out of sight if you need to. Although it is a bit noisy when you're walking around on top of the shingles. I could really use a toolbox right now so I can make some ammo. So this is new. Looks like they're adding, moving some of the machinery into some of these shops. So I'd expect to see some more of that. I would anticipate in the future at some point that you will not be able to make ammo in the field, and then you're going to have to find a reloading bench for reloading your ammunition inside of towns. It's going to make towns extremely important, so people are going to start really fighting over towns and trying to stake claims in town, build bases in towns. So it's going to be a struggle between the military compounds in towns.
Sorry, I had to go.
That's fine. I was going to show you something real quick.
Okay.
With the in towns, if you're trying to get away or maybe getting the drop on somebody, if you open a door outward like this, you can climb up onto the door. And then from there, you can get on top of a roof.
How did you climb up?
Just space. Yep. And then you can jump on top of the roof. And so this is really good for, because people typically are not looking at roof lines. So you can make your way around the roof. If you want to get up there, you can get on the second level of this other building.
Oh, so your guy won't grab close.
It depends on how close you are. So I get up here, you can get up on the rail, get up on the door, and get up on the top of the roof. And so this would be a really good spot where people would not expect you to be. So if you had a sniper rifle, you could really take out people who are coming into town from the top of buildings. You can go prone, go around, take a peek. And you do know in SCUM that third person is not supposed to provide an advantage, right? So like if I'm trying to find a target on the opposite side of this roof and I'm using third person, say, to look across the roof or down on the ground, if there was a player there, he wouldn't render on the screen because my player's eyes can't see him. I'd have to go over the roof line to see that player. So
third person is just a view.
Right.
You still have to act like you're in first person. So first person, I can't see.
Correct.
Like up over the roof.
Exactly. So when you're playing PvP, or like especially if you're doing death matches, you'll want to play the whole thing in first person. You don't want to be in third person. Because first person will tell you exactly, you'll know exactly what you're looking at, what you're aiming at, and what you can see.
So how do I guess designate my spawn point or save my progress?
Sure. I just fell down.
Death,
I'll have to make, no, I'm okay. I just took some fall damage. I'm bleeding a bit. So to respawn at specific locations, it just takes fame points. So if you want to respawn at this sector in D1, you need at least 50 fame points. If you don't have 50 fame points, all you got to do is either any activity that gains experience. So like when you were shooting puppets with your bow, or if you're cooking your food, or if you're just chopping up wood. All that stuff will give you fame points.
Where'd the car go?
Car's back down the street. I think it's down this way. Or the other street. Or we went too far into the town. It's on the other street.
Oh no, it's up one. It's over.
Yeah, back a street. And I'm bleeding. I got the bleeding indicator there, so I'm going to slowly lose health. I'll need to patch that up.
So the cars, you can't claim them as yours.
Correct.
If somebody finds it, they find it.
Yeah, so what people do is they'll build their base, and they'll park the car inside the base. And this is a great thing to throw stuff into. So like you were saying, you can't carry everything, but you could put it into the vehicle. So there's the inventory space on the back of the vehicle that you can open up, and you can scroll through the, just like a box or a bag that's on the ground. Just hit tab. You'll see a picture of the vehicle in the top left. Right click that, open inventory, and you'll have a big space in the middle where you can just drop anything you want.
Okay.
Do you want to take this car somewhere? I can go ahead and drive
Yeah.
us somewhere. I've got 1 rank of driving skill, so you can see it even with 1 rank of driving skill, it's not super easy, but at least you can kind of get it started pretty quick and get driving.
Oh wow. I got in, but I guess I just got in.
I think you're in.
Yeah, I'm in there. I'm just. So, what is a yellow road to tell you versus a white road?
It's like there's different kinds of roads. Like this one's kind of like a,
Or a country road?
yeah, they're just different. Yeah, let me just get away from these puppets real quick. I'm gonna drive us a little bit outside of town, and then we'll find like a bush to put the car in. So we'll drive out this way, because there's not a lot out here. And then we can find some trees and a bush. And with the trees, you can build a shelter, either like the little bed or the lean-to shelter. And using that will create basically a spawn point for you. But you have to have at least 100 fame points to use that spawn point. So here's a gas station at some point. I would imagine you have to refuel the cars at these gas stations. And we can take the car. Let's go to maybe the left here.
So now, once you move the car, stays.
Yes, the car will stay wherever it was last placed until it's destroyed. So I've got car health, and the car can take terminal damage. It'll catch on fire and explode.
So, does the cars ever get reset like a new car will spawn on that time?
Yeah, so there's only so many cars per server. I think it's like 64 or something like that.
I really need to urinate.
Yeah, so you'll need to pee. So let's go find a bush here. Yeah, so if you find a car in town, you may as well take it and just drive it somewhere. Stick it in a bush. There's not really a lot of bushes out in this snowy area. Trying to find maybe a bush or a big tree.
Put it up against that wall. What are the odds?
Yeah, I think we can do that. Sometimes stuff will despawn if it's too close to the edge of the map. So here's the big bush. Let's just use these 2 bushes right here. It's hard to stop and start the car when you have low skill. You don't like.
How do I urinate?
Press and hold tab, and then go to the top right for toilet. There you go. So here you can use your axe. I'd go ahead and maybe chop down a tree after you use the restroom. And then you can choose what kind of shelter you want to build. If you want to build like a lean-to or just a bed. If you want to use some of the rags you got. The bed should be a little bit easier to make, but I'd go ahead and make a lean-to. You can put the lean-to right next to the car and kind of give it some more camouflage. And it takes like 10 long sticks, 5 short sticks, and I think like 3 or 4 improvised rope. Those trees are bugged. That creates a small like Charlie Brown fir tree that you can move around. But you can chop it again and get your stuff out of it. If you chop one of these larger trees down, you'll get a lot more material out of it.
Okay. I was just.
Yep. So it takes quite a few sticks. You'll have to probably chop down one more tree. But that once you get one of these large trees down, you'll have enough for what you need. Patched up. There you go. And if you want to, pull up your tab, go to crafting, scroll down to your blueprints, which is about the second section there from the bottom. And there's a blueprint there for shelter. And you can select that, hit craft, and it'll take you out of that tabbed menu, and you can see the shelter. being rendered onto your screen.
Cabin?
Yeah, you can make cabins, you can make walls. So all the walls and cabins and stuff like that are a new thing. Yeah, we can't build a cabin yet. We'll need a bunch of stuff to make a cabin. Takes a lot of resources. But you'll want to place, I don't know, can you see my shelter blueprint here? That I'm spinning around?
Yeah, I don't see that as an option.
It's in there. It's not in the base building, it's in blueprints, the section blueprints. Where you see like the heads on the stick.
Oh, shelter.
Yeah. So there you can select the shelter. There you go. And you can place that close to the car if you want to, and you can use the middle mouse wheel to rotate it. So the back of the shelter that you're creating there is camouflaged. If you press F, you've placed it. If you want to move it, just walk up to it, press and hold F, and then select destroy.
So now,
If you don't want it there.
I don't want it there?
If you do want it there, it's fine. You can leave it there.
So what, now it says fill with wire?
Right, so any items within your vicinity, you can place into the shelter. And it'll start building it. Right, so you've already placed some rope. So you have 8 units of rope in there. And you've already placed a long stick in there. So it looks like you had that string or that wire that you had with you. And that counted for 8 units. You can make more rope from the sticks that you've chopped down over here. So pull up your crafting menu. Scroll towards tree bark rope and make some of that. And each tree bark rope is 10 units of rope. So you'll need at least 3 of those, since you only had 8 of the wire. I don't think I have any rope on me.
Now I can go back over here.
Yep. So you can make rope from tree bark or from cloth.
Why didn't that not fill?
You didn't pick up the rope. There you go. If you go in first person view, you can actually interact with items further away. So in third person, where I'm standing, I cannot fill the object. But if I go in first person, I can fill up your blueprint.
So is there a way to cut the cut into the plank?
Yeah, you can cut the long sticks into short sticks. So each long wooden stick will, with your axe, should yield at least 5 short sticks, which you could create rope with.
Why am I in combat mode?
Just press V.
Why can't I?
Put the axe in your hand, and then there you go. Nice.
No,
I didn't.
I wasn't in my tabbed menu, so I
Yeah.
couldn't right-click the item.
Yeah, I didn't know for the longest time. I played this game not knowing you could cut the long sticks into short sticks. When I found out you could do that, it was life-changing. Because I would cut down so many trees just to make rope. But then when I found out you could do that, it's like, oh, this makes things so much better.
Yes, please, I'll take it. Okay. Thank you, baby.
Yeah, the crafting menu and just interacting with items takes a little bit of time to get used to, but once you get used to it, it makes a lot more sense.
You're almost. My thing is, you're almost set up to get nailed because you're not. Because of what you have to pay attention to.
That's right. But that makes a lot of sense because you're distracted. So you're building things, doing things, so someone could get the drop on you. That's totally true. When you're crafting or you're doing something, you can still look around. You can press tab and then use your mouse to look around and keep an eye on things. So you always want to keep your head on a swivel. That's for sure.
So you cannot turn.
You can take the logs and make them into planks, but you can't make them into sticks. So if you need more sticks or more rope, cut down another tree.
That seems weird that you can't make a log into a stick.
You can make it into a plank. Yeah, I would at some point I would expect you could take a plank and turn a plank into a stick, because it's not very difficult to split a plank into sticks. It's more difficult to take a log and turn it into planks.
Kinda love that you cut a tree and it becomes a smaller.
That is a bug. That is not supposed to do that. As far as I know, it shouldn't do that. Because then you can start moving the tree around. I'm guessing maybe that's for like decorating a Christmas tree, because there's Christmas tree ornaments. So I think you might be able to make a Christmas tree. I think that was their intention. They were just being funny. The developers have a odd sense of humor.
That didn't work the way I thought it would. Oh, one of my little sticks is down.
Trimming my beard. There we go. Just a.
No, not that. I didn't want you to do that. Jeez.
Cut the bush down.
I wasn't trying to do that.
Yeah, it happens. You can hit escape to cancel the action before it completes. So you just need one more long stick. Done. So now you have a shelter. If you look at the shelter, it's got a timer on it. It said it expires in 14 days, 23 hours.
Yeah.
So that's to prevent people from creating a bunch of stuff and clogging up the server with objects. All you have to do is press F, looking at it, and that'll reset the timer.
Okay.
So your stuff will last for 2 weeks. And they open like that. So not a big deal.
Alright. I gotta log off.
Yep, me too. I gotta get some lunch. But look, get you started. I'll be back on later this afternoon.
Okay.
Alright, I'll catch you later.
Alright, bye.
See ya. Okay, that's it for a quick, really basic introduction into SCUM for today. We'll likely do some more stuff here this afternoon with DEF CON. DEF CON's new to SCUM, completely new to SCUM, so he's learning everything from the ground up, which is a good experience and a good way to get an idea for the developers to know what really needs to be worked on for the new player experience, and especially like since they've introduced the tutorial system and everything else like that. So really interesting to see how the game pans out for new players as they're being introduced to SCUM, since it's been about, we're getting close to a good year since the game has been out. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you maybe learned a couple things. If you liked the video, go ahead and hit like. Be sure to subscribe or follow on Twitch, YouTube, or Mixer. And we'll catch you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching.